A very good morning to my dear students. I hope that you are doing well and keeping safe at your homes. Anyway, welcome back to 7th grade English class. In the last class, we discussed the grammatical items that are included in your 5th chapter in your workbook, and in the same chapter there are some areas yet to be completed. So, today we can actually go with those uncompleted portions in the last class. So, for that all of you take page number 59. 59 writing practice. So, writing practice is actually you are being asked to write a report on your favorite storybook. Okay, so you can write a report about a favorite book you read recently. So, here also given the things you have to include in that particular report. What are the things you have to include in that particular report? Yeah, title, the name of the book, then the name of the author, then its quantity, number of pages, then who published it, who actually published, or who is actually the publishing company, or who published it, then the year it was published, the story or stories you like most. So, you can also include informations that which are the stories or which is the story you like most, and you can also provide what is actually the reason behind you are liking something in particular or in something in general. Whether you would recommend the book to your friends, whether you recommend it to your friends or not. So, all these things can be written. Okay, so it is actually a composition. So, you can compose a report on your favorite storybook. Now, you will have a story, not a story, now you will have a passage, reading passage, and after reading that passage you are requested to answer the questions that follow. There are 5 questions after the passage. So, after reading it very well, you can answer the 5 questions that follow. Then after that you will have read the question. On the occasion of Environment Day, 6 posters have been put up on the display board in your school. Visitors ask you questions about the meaning and significance of these posters. Select any 2 posters and expand them into 2 short paragraphs as if you were explaining them to the visitors. So, imagine that as part of the Environmental Day program, you have prepared 6 posters, and you have been put up all these 6 posters in your school notice board, and as part of the program there are many visitors who are coming to see all these posters. So, imagine that you are there, and you can select at least 2 posters from them, and you can explain the content of the posters to the people who are visiting there. So, in such an occasion, what all things you say to them. So, you can bring all those ideas or all those things in the form of a write up. Okay. So, select any 2 posters and expand them into 2 short paragraphs. So, you can write at least 2 paragraphs about the things which you are planning to say to them, or which you are planning to convey, or which you are planning to explain to them. That means the visitors. Okay. And next we will have a newspaper cutting, and the newspaper is all about Aijita Dikshit, who won a bravery award. Okay. And after reading this newspaper report very carefully, you are asked, and after reading this newspaper report very carefully, imagine that you are Ajitha, and write a short composition describing how you won the award, what you felt when you received the award, and what are your plans for the future. You may add details not given in this cutting. Okay. So, here you will have at least an idea. You can take this newspaper report in order to be familiar with the event or incident, and after that by imagining you as Ajitha, you can give a short narration in what way you won the award, then what you felt when you received the award. So, all those things should be included in that narration. Okay. And you have to remind one thing, that never add or use information which are given here. Okay. You can write something different. Okay. So, by reading this newspaper cutting, you definitely will get an idea about what the event is. So, after that, by imagining yourself as Ajitha, you can write what were your feelings while you received the award, when you received the award, and what actually made to receive or to win such an award. All those things can be mentioned there. Okay, there in your narration. Okay. Then when you turn over the page and take page number 66, we can see two boxes, information given in two boxes, column A and column B. Match the idiomatic expressions in column A with their meanings in column B. So, in the first column we will have 5 idiomatic expressions like proverbs or something like that, and the meaning is also provided in the next column. So, you have to connect the meanings with that of their exact idiomatic expressions, and using, so, and after that, after clubbing or after connecting with the right option, you can complete the sentences which are given after that, the 5 sentences. Okay. So, I love swimming, but skating is, skating is a thing which he is not at all interested in. So, we can use the idiomatic expression as I love swimming, but skating is not my cup of tea. Okay. Not my cup of tea means, not my cup of tea means, not something someone likes. So, I love swimming, but skating is something which I do not like. Okay. So, in that way we can use I love swimming, but skating is not my cup of tea. So, in that way, after clubbing the right option from column B to that of column A, we can complete these 5 sentences. Okay. So, in that way we can complete the 5th chapter. Now, we are actually moving with chapter 6, the last chapter in your workbook, and how mysterious. It is all about reported speech. Okay. And I had taken a very detailed session on reported speech. I had shared the classes which I took for 8th standard people on the same topic, reported speech, and I do not know whether you spent your time for watching that 2 videos. Anyway, in those 2 videos I explained everything in detail, all the rules which are relating with the conversion of a direct speech into indirect speech. Anyway, we can just rewind all those things with the use of using all those exercises, all these exercises given here. Okay. So, first of all, please take page number 67 and look at the first rule given there. Reported speech is a term used for the words that are used to report what someone has said or thought. When we report somebody's words using said, asked, etc., we usually change the tense to one further back in the past. So, that is the first rule you have to remember. Okay. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, so said is actually the reporting verb. So, if you are asked to convert a direct speech into indirect speech or direct speech into reported speech, first of all you have to look at the reporting verb. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the tenses in the direct are changed into its corresponding past tense. So, the key word is or key sentence is all the tenses in the direct. All the tenses in the direct sentence are changed into its corresponding past tenses in the reported speech or in the indirect speech. Anyway, we can see what are the changes. So, in that way, the changes you have to note here is that a simple present, in that way a simple present changes to simple past. Okay. Then present continuous, changes to past continuous. Okay. Then present perfect changes to past perfect. Then present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Okay. So, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, if simple present is used in the direct speech, it is changed into its corresponding past tense. That means simple present becomes simple past in the reported speech. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, then present continuous in the direct becomes past continuous in the indirect. Indirect means reported speech. Then present perfect in the direct becomes past perfect in the reported speech. Present perfect continuous in the direct becomes past perfect continuous in the reported speech. Okay. And if the sentence is written in simple past in the direct, it will be changed into past perfect. And if past continuous, if the sentence in direct speech is written in past continuous, it will be changed into past perfect continuous. Okay. So, anyway you have to remember that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, simple present in the direct becomes simple past in the indirect. Present continuous in the direct becomes past continuous in the indirect. Present perfect in the direct becomes past perfect in the indirect. Present perfect continuous in the direct becomes past perfect continuous in the indirect. And simple past in the present, simple past in the direct becomes past perfect in the indirect, and past continuous in the direct becomes past perfect continuous in the indirect. That means reported speech. And past perfect and past perfect continuous in the direct will not change. They will remain as past perfect and past perfect continuous both in direct and indirect speeches. Okay. So, this you have to know as a grassroots level knowledge. This is the basic knowledge, you have to know it. Okay. Anyway, we can move to discuss the other exercises in detail. Okay, I hope that you got it. So this is the first thing you have to remember. Then the other thing is that we use told. We use told instead of said if there is the speaker and the listener, and we use said if there is only the speaker. Okay, you got it? So when we use told, if there is the speaker and the listener, we use told, and if there is only the speaker, we use said. Okay, this also you have to know. Then the tenses do not change. All these rules were discussed in the class when I took a detailed session on reporter speech. Only these rules are the repetition of the rules which we took in the last time when we took reported speech. Okay, then tenses do not change when it is a universal truth, when it is a universal truth or it is a still relevant fact. The tenses do not change when it is a universal truth or it is a still relevant fact. Yeah, that I will explain. See, for example, look at this example. Rajan, no. Look at this example. Rifa said to Lena that I know your address. What kind of a sentence is this? This is actually a still relevant. This is actually a still relevant fact or thing. What do you mean by still relevant? Yeah, it has relevance every time. At the time of speaking it and after the time of speaking it, it has the same relevance because Rifa knows her address every time. So it is a still relevant fact. So in converting such sentences into reported speech, we do not change the tense. Even though we change the tense, it is not a mistake, but normally we do not change the tense. Okay, then how the sentence will be? Rifa told, here the speaker and the listener is there. So Rifa told, so we use told. Rifa told Lena that I stands for Rifa. So she, then no. We do not need to change the tense. So we can use no. But here she is singular. So the verb should also be in singular format. She knows, your stands for Lena. So her address. You got it? Rifa told Lena that she knows her address. So this is the form of, this is the correct form. And if we use Rifa told Lena that she knew her address, that also is correct, but we do not use like that. Okay. Then what about the other thing, the other option that I mentioned right now, universal truth. See, the teacher said the earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun is actually a universal truth. So in saying universal truth also, we do not change the tense. Then we can say that the teacher said that the earth goes round or revolves around the sun. Okay. Then the other thing you have to note while converting sentences into reported speech is that word expressing nearness words expressing nearness in time and place. Word expressing nearness in time and place will be changed to word expressing distance in time and place. Okay, this is the other thing you have to remember. Word expressing nearness in time and place will be changed to word expressing distance in time and place, such as here. Here is actually a word expressing nearness in place. Here, nearness in place. Here, he is here. That means nearness in place. That will be changed to word expressing distance in place. Which is a word expressing distance in place? Yeah, there. So likewise, here becomes there. This becomes that. This day becomes that day. Then today becomes that day. Yesterday becomes the day before. So in that way, such changes will be there when we report something. Okay. Then the other things are, other rules are like, so I am just summarizing all the rules which I stated in the last class when I took the reporter speech. Okay. So you don't need to get confused. Okay. Then what about the next one? Then what about questions? Imagine he said, who are you? See, he said, who are you? He said, who are you? So, this is actually a question. So, this reporting verb should be changed to a word expressing question. So, we can use said, asked instead of said, because asked is actually a word expressing question. He asked, then who are you? That means the question is to me. So, he asked me, then who are you? Who are you will be, yeah, converted to the corresponding past tense. Yeah. So, look at this example. He said, who are you? Said is actually, this is actually the reporting verb. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, what do we have to do? Tell me. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the tenses in the direct becomes changed into its corresponding past tense. That means here it is written in simple present, so it should be converted to simple past. Who are you? Then are becomes, yeah, where, but are becomes where, but here you stands for me. So it is actually asking about I. So this are becomes was. Okay. He asked me. So we don't need to use this, write this me here. He asked, yeah, who I was. Okay. So this is actually the thing you have to remember while you are converting questions. See, and there is one more thing you have to note. In some questions, see, in some questions, there will not be any interrogative word. Interrogative word means WH word, words that make questions like when, what, and all those things. Okay, and in some questions, there will not be any interrogative word. See, he asked, do you know his name? See, even though this is a question, here we can't, yeah, detect the presence of an interrogative word, why, when, what, or something like that. In converting such questions into indirect speech, reporter speech, we have to use whether or if. Okay. So how the sentence will be? He asked whether, you becomes, the question is to me. He asked whether I, then do you know his name? Asked, so look at the reporting verb. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, asked is in the past tense. So the tense in the direct, will be changed into its corresponding past tense. So do you know his name will be changed into its corresponding past tense. Do you know his name is actually simple present, so it will be converted to simple past. So do becomes did, and you is actually here stands for I. So you becomes I, then know becomes knew his name. So he asked whether, how the sentence will be? Whether I knew his name. So the sentence will be like this. Do becomes did. Here do you know. So did know is actually, did know is equal to knew. So we can use, we can write here as knew. So he asked whether I knew his name. Okay, did you get me? Do you know his name is actually written in simple present. So when it is being converted to simple present becomes simple past. So when it is being converted into simple past, do you know his name becomes, you becomes I. Then know, do know becomes did know, or do know becomes knew. So we can use here, write here as knew. So when it is being converted to simple past, the sentence will be I knew his name. So he asked whether I knew his name. Okay, then what is the next thing? So I'm just summarizing all these things, so you can take this video as a revision video, especially for what? Reported speech. Okay, then the next one is actually reporting commands and orders. Reporting commands and orders. So we have some imperative sentence. See, look. He said to her sister, go out. Go outside. Okay, go outside. See, what is so special about go outside? Go outside is actually a command. Imperative sentence. The sentence is imperative. So in converting imperative sentence, means commands into reported speech, we have to convert the imperative mode into infinitive mode. What do you mean by imperative mode into infinitive mode? Infinitive mode means the to form. So this imperative mode will be changed to that of infinitive mode. So we can change the imperative mood to that of infinitive mood by adding a to before the verb. Here go is actually the verb. Okay, so how the sentence will be, and we have to use like what we used in converting questions. We can actually use reporting verb expressing commands and orders. So here it is actually a command. So we can say that he commanded, or he ordered her sister to go outside. Okay, so go outside is actually in imperative form, command form, that we have to change into infinitive form by adding a to. So this you have to remember. Then so I hope that you got an idea. Then also, what about converting request? He said, please stop this. So this is also, please stop this is actually written in the form of a request. So this also while converting this sentence into reported speech, we can use like this, we can write like this, he said. So here it is actually a request, so we can use a verb expressing request. He requested, or we can say he pleaded. He requested, then please stop this. This is actually in imperative mood, that should be changed into infinitive mood. He requested to stop. This becomes that. Okay, he requested to stop that. Okay, he requested. If it is needed, we can say, we can add him. He requested him to stop that. Okay, so this is actually the way in which request and commands will be changed to reported speech. And we have one more category, the last one, exclamations. Exclamations. Look at the next one. Alas, I am undone. See, this is alas means it is a sad expression. I am undone. I am done. Undone means I am not finished anything. Okay, just before the examination you are saying that alas, I am undone. So I have to complete many things. Only one day is left and I have to complete many things. Such is actually the expression. Alas, I am undone. That I am not finished nothing. I am not finished anything. Okay. So when we convert this sentence here, okay, he said. Okay, so when we convert this sentence into indirect speech, like what we used in questions and like what we used in commands and request, we can also use a verb expressing exclamation. So we can say that he, instead of said, we can say that he exclaimed that, then I am undone. This is actually the tense in the direct speech, and this tense in the direct speech will be changed into its corresponding past tense. I am undone is actually simple present, so it should be changed into simple past. He exclaimed that he was undone. He was undone. If it is needed, we can add that he exclaimed sadly. In what way he exclaimed? Was it in a happy mood? No, it was in a sad mood. So we can say that he exclaimed sadly that he was undone. Okay, so in that way we can do the conversion of a direct speech into indirect speech. Okay, and likewise modal verbs shall, may, can. When we convert all those things into reported speech, it should be changed into could, should, might, and in their past forms. Okay, will be changed into would, and shall will be changed into should, and may will be changed into might. Okay, so these are the things you have to note. Okay, so in order to complete the remaining exercises in this chapter, you should have a clear idea about what reported speech is. So that is what I repeated all the rules, and I repeated the entire things which we discussed in that particular class when we took reported speech. Okay, anyway, now please take page number 68 and read the questions along with me. Your friend tells you about a meeting she attended in her school to discuss ways of helping the victims of the unprecedented floods in Kerala in 2018. She tells you what some of the members actually said. Look at the first sentence. Kasturi said, we should have a paid film show in school. So look at the reporting verb. What is the reporting verb there? Said is actually the reporting verb there. So when the reporting verb is in the past tense, said is actually in the past tense. So when the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the tenses in the direct means we should have a paid film show in the school. That is actually the sentence in direct speech. So all the tenses in the direct should be changed into its corresponding past tense. But you have to know here that here it is used should. So, what is actually the rule similar to such conditions? Yeah, this in the same page it is written. Look at the upper part of the page. The modal verbs should, would, might, could, must and ought to are not usually changed in reported speech. Okay, so only a slight changes like we should be changed into they, something like that. Okay, so how the sentence will be? Kasturi said that they should have a paid film show in school. Then what about the next sentence? Look at the next sentence. Bidyut said we can ask for donations. Okay, let me to write the sentence. Bidyut said we can ask for donations. We can ask for donations. Okay, look at the, okay, sorry, we can ask for the donations, full stop. So, first of all you have to look at the reporting verb. Reporting verb is in the, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, all the tenses in the direct are changed into its corresponding past tense. We can ask for donations, that should be changed into its corresponding past tense. So, we could ask for donations. So, sentence will be like that. Then we should be changed into they. So, how the sentence will be? Yeah, Bidyut said that they could ask for donations. Okay, so in that way the sentence will be like this. Okay, anyway, you have to read the other sentences and you have to complete those sentences and you have to write it in the space provided there. I think we can stop here and the remaining exercises could be done in the next class. Okay, so I think it's more than half an hour, so we can wind up now at this point. Okay, anyway, once again I am repeating that I repeated this topic once again only with a view to enhance your knowledge, because this is a very important area. So, you have to be very familiar with this content. So, that is what I repeated the same things which we discussed when we took reported speech. It's only for your clarification. So, so you can take this video as a revision video, especially for reported speech. So, I think at this point we can stop today. So, I hope that you understood everything which we discussed today. Anyway, thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.